Hotel High School, we are all going to hear this one question. Where are you from? Some people can answer it with a quick one-word reply, but for those who have not lived in the same place their entire lives, it's just a tiny bit more complicated. Is the question referring to one's place of birth, or is it about one's current home? The problem with not knowing is that those two questions are linked to two completely different narratives. And for today, I will make my best attempt at explaining both of my own narratives, to show that where we are, where we're from, does not have to determine who we will be. I am from a place of restraint called Venezuela. I lived there for the first 8 years of my life. From kindergarten to second grade, I went to a private school, which may sound fancy, but the resources there were nothing compared to the resources here in the public schools. Back in Venezuela, we still had those block computers that you could only do a limited number of things with. We still had chalkboards, and there was no cafeteria. We bought our food and then sat on the floor to eat. Slowly but surely, the political regime in my birth country destroyed it as I knew it. And my parents had no other choice but to flee. I am from a place called the United States, a place of freedom. When I arrived here, I knew no English, and my parents were little to no help in that sphere. My dad worked all the time, and my mom knew just as much English as I did. But of course, they, as family tends to do, helped me as much as they could. Even though sometimes they did lead me in the wrong direction, like the one time they told me that squirrel was pronounced skirrel, and I believed it for a solid month, up until I was outside in elementary school with one of my friends, and we saw a squirrel, and I was about to say, look, it's skirrel! But then the girl next to me said, squirrel! And before I can even open my mouth, and I'm very thankful for that moment. My parents always had good intentions. Now, fast forward to high school, and boy, was that a journey. We were hit with all kinds of weird acronyms, like the AP, the SAT, the ACT, just to name a few. And from that point on, they helped me again as much as they could, but it was mostly up to me to figure out what all these acronyms meant, what American high schools were all about, what classes I needed to take, and how to get into an American university. And much more. Just like from this point on, it will be up to each of us, graduates, to figure out what to do and which paths to take to reach our own goals. Many of you may relate to my story, and many of you may not relate to it at all. But I do know one thing. We are all from somewhere. And it is important to realize that that somewhere, whether it is good or bad, may have molded us. But it does not, and it will never, define us. In this great country especially, we are not constrained by the circumstances we were born into. This I know with all my heart, because were it not true, I would not be standing here in front of you all. So I ask you to consider two questions. Where are you from? But more importantly, who do you want to become? Once we determine who we want to become, we must pursue it fearlessly. Because we often don't say something or do something simply because of the possibility that we might fail. However, life is too short to sit there and ponder on the likelihood of success. It is our duty to do, to act, to speak up, to pursue what we want fearlessly, even if the odds are against us. Now, I would like to take just a few seconds to first summarize and translate what I said for my grandma, aunt, and uncle who cannot speak English, and of course for any other family members in the audience or friends that can only understand Spanish. And thereafter, I will say a few words just for my family. I wish I could translate in other languages that may be needed, but I'm not that talented, unfortunately. Bueno, el mensaje que quería transmitir es que el lugar de donde viene uno lo moldea, pero no lo define. Y que lo más importante es saber quién uno quiere ser en el futuro. Y finalmente, que especialmente en este país, uno tiene el poder total de definir su propio futuro. Mamá, papá, Sisti, ahorita que no está aquí, pero bueno, papus, tía y abuelita. Yo sé que están ahí, pero no los voy a mirar. Están llorando, así que no, voy a mirar para allá. Ok. Quiero tomar este momento breve, pero importante, para darles 1001 gracias a todos ustedes por el esfuerzo que han hecho por mí. Ustedes han sido el sol y agua que me ha hecho crecer en espíritu, carácter, inteligencia y en muchas otras áreas, excepto en estatura, desafortunadamente. Ustedes son mis motivadores número 1. Y a pesar de que tan locos sean mis sueños, sin ustedes yo no estuviera aquí. Los amo un montón, hoy por siempre. Okay, before they start playing the music like at the Oscars to get me off the stage, I want to first thank all the teachers that I've had over the years, my counselor, and all of my friends, and everyone else that helped lead me, not only me, but all of the graduates to this very moment. Finally, I want to congratulate, but also challenge the graduating class of 2019. Up until this moment, guys, we have accomplished a lot. And we should be proud to be graduating from Cal High School. But the thing is that we're not done. We still have much, much more to do. And despite our upbringing, despite our family history, despite where we come from, where we go is entirely up to us.